It's crazy how quickly things can shift in the world of hip-hop media. One moment, everyone's hyped about a new episode of It Is What It Is, with Camron and Mase cracking jokes, dropping gems, and delivering some of the most entertaining commentary in the culture. The next, people are scanning social media, waiting for a fiery response to DJ Akademiks, who has never been shy about stirring the pot. But this time, instead of fireworks, what we got was something way more surprising. A private DM, a quiet olive branch, and a whole lot of behind-the-scenes tension that nobody saw coming. Let's rewind a bit. DJ Akademiks, known for going full throttle at anybody who comes at him or steps out of line, recently took issue with some things said on the It Is What It Is platform. Specifically, he felt like Mase and Cam didn't check one of their co-hosts, Stat Baby, for comments made that rubbed him the wrong way. Now, if you've been watching Ak long enough, you know he doesn't wait for permission to respond. So when it looked like Cam and Mase were backing some low-key shots thrown his way, he did what he does best, turned up and let it fly on stream. Naturally, fans expected Cam and Mase to clap back just as hard. That's the pattern. Somebody throws a jab, they answer with a haymaker, but this time, something strange happened. Silence. Days went by. No Instagram post, no podcast rant, no slick bars. Just nothing. That's when the rumors started swirling. Had Cam and Mase gone soft? Were they scared to step to Ak? Was there beef inside the It Is What It Is team? As it turns out, none of those were true. The real story came out when DJ Akademiks on one of his streams revealed the private message he got from Mase. And that message changed the whole game. In his DM, Mase didn't go on the offensive. He didn't talk crazy. He didn't even defend the podcast directly. What he did was way more interesting. He explained his position like a grown man, not a rapper caught up in clout-chasing drama. Mase told Ak that he felt disrespected by how the situation was handled publicly. He said that Ak should have hit him up first before spazzing on the show and dragging them into the mess. And honestly, he had a point. Mase wasn't trying to pick sides or defend Stat Baby blindly. In fact, he made it clear that she spoke on her own, and whatever consequences came her way, that was on her. That's cold, but real. He basically said she's a grown woman, she said what she said, and she can deal with what comes after. Don't put me and Cam in that. He even told Ak that he respects him, loves his music, and appreciates their relationship. It was calm. It was direct. It was the opposite of what fans were expecting, and it might have been the smartest move Mase could have made. Think about it. If Mase had jumped on Instagram talking wild, matching Ak's energy, it would have blown up. The blogs would have had a field day, drama cells, and this had the ingredients for a full-on media war. But by going private, Mase took control of the narrative without letting things spiral out of hand. Of course, there's always a risk when you send a private message to someone like Ak, who lives online and has no problem airing things out. And sure enough, he read the message out loud on stream. Now here's where it gets messy. Once the DM went public, a new question popped up. Did Mase throw Stat Baby under the bus? Fans are split. On one hand, he was clear that he wasn't involved in what she said. On the other hand, he didn't exactly have her back either. He didn't say she was right or we stand as a team. Instead, he distanced himself from her take completely. That's gotta sting if you're Stat Baby, sitting on the same stage every week thinking you're part of the squad. Suddenly, it feels like you're out on your own, and the people you thought had your back are watching from the sidelines. Some fans even said Mase copped a plea. That's a heavy phrase. In hip-hop culture, it usually means someone backed down or softened up when they should have stood tall. And maybe in the eyes of some, that's what he did. But others saw something different. They saw a man picking peace over pointless drama. They saw maturity. After all, Mase has been through the fire. Rap beefs, industry politics, even a stint as a pastor. He's not trying to get caught up in internet battles over something that could have been solved with a phone call. Still, you have to wonder, did he run this message by Cam? Did he talk to Stat Baby before sending it? Because if not, there's a real risk of division within the It Is What It Is crew. From the outside looking in, it's starting to feel like everybody's not on the same page. Cam has always been the one to speak up and go at people. He was the main voice when they were pushing back on J Prince. Mase, not so much. He's usually more reserved. But that difference in style could create tension when decisions are made in private and then end up on the internet. DJ Akademiks, for his part, was pretty honest about how he felt. He said he was actually trying to show restraint. He didn't go as hard as he usually does because of the respect he has for Cam and Mase. He even said he didn't want to violate Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, because of that respect. That's rare for Mac. He normally doesn't pull punches, but this time he held back, which shows he didn't want the smoke as badly as people assumed. Of course, the internet doesn't care about peace. The fans want beef. They want drama. They want viral clips and explosive sound bites. But if you're Cam and Mase, this might actually be the best possible outcome. Nobody got hurt. Nobody's legacy was stained. And the door is still open for future collaboration, or at least mutual respect. Still, it's hard to ignore the awkwardness this creates inside the It Is What It Is team. Stat Baby might feel betrayed. The audience might feel confused. And Cam, well, if he decides to respond, it'll be interesting to see which way he leans. Does he back Mace's diplomatic approach or return fire the way only he can? Until then, we're left with this odd silence. No crash out, no comeback. Just a DM, a leak, and a lot of unanswered questions. The next move might not come from a podcast episode or an Instagram post. It might come from a team meeting, a quiet conversation, or a decision to restructure who's really speaking for the brand. For now, one thing's clear. This isn't just about internet beef. It's about loyalty, communication, and knowing when to speak and when to fall back. Because in today's media world, where every post is permanent and every DM could become public, how you handle conflict might matter more than whether you win it.